Hey guys, Bootstrap 5 is coming soon with major changes. Currently the beta version 2 has released, and in this video I would like to talk about some of these important changes that Bootstrap 5 will bring. But before we begin, for people who may not know yet, let's talk about first what Bootstrap is. So Bootstrap is a popular CSS framework for developing responsive and mobile-friendly websites. If you don't want to deal with writing CSS rules, classes, or even with responsive design, then you can use Bootstrap for your project. It's completely free to use. The current large stable version is Bootstrap 4, but it's kinda around there for a couple of years, getting old now and had some problems that Bootstrap 5 will eventually solve. Now, if this video gets enough attention from you guys, then later I will also make a more in-depth Bootstrap 5 tutorial. So that being said, now let's get started. The first and one of the biggest news of Bootstrap 5 is that it completely removes its dependencies to JQuery. Bootstrap being dependent on JQuery causes some problems on using it in larger frameworks like Angular, and it also increased the file size of Bootstrap, so they decided to remove it. They also dropped support for Internet Explorer so that Bootstrap can use, for example, custom properties that IA doesn't support. One of the other problems of using Bootstrap was difficulties in customization. It was difficult to override or extend Bootstrap classes, so many people didn't even touch it, and eventually all of the websites built with Bootstrap looked very similar to each other. So Bootstrap will give us much more flexibility in customizing CSS, and that's why they will provide an expanded color palette, and they will also provide custom properties for more of the Bootstrap classes and components. Another new feature of Bootstrap 5 will be the utility API. You can create your own utilities with the Sass syntax or change the utilities that are already provided. In this example, we have a utility for the CSS opacity property. If you want to define, for example, a class called opacity 100 and assign 1 as a value, but later you need to create another, let's say opacity 50 for another value, you need to create multiple CSS classes. Instead of creating two or more separate classes, now you will be able to create one single utility for the opacity property and assign multiple values and classes as the same like in this example, and call them later with their class names like here. Another new thing about Bootstrap 5 is that its icon library. Before Bootstrap 5, we needed to use icons from other sources like Font Awesome. Now with Bootstrap 5, you will be able to use icons from Bootstrap's own icon library. Another new feature that Bootstrap 5 brings is support for RTL, right to left. So as you know, some languages in the world like Arabic or so are written from right to left. So with this feature of Bootstrap, now you will be also able to develop websites with language support that is written from right to left. That's very cool of Bootstrap. So as I mentioned before, currently you can install and try the beta version of Bootstrap, but if you are going to use Bootstrap for larger projects, I recommend you to wait until they release the stable version, which I believe it will be there soon. So you can install Bootstrap from this link. If you prefer to use Bootstrap in your project, you can include the CDN links that are here and just copy them to your main HTML file. Or as the second step, you can also download Bootstrap to your project with npm or yarn and start using it right away. If you find this video helpful, please hit the like button. And if you want to learn more about Bootstrap, let me guys know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and see you later.